What's up, y'all? Reggie here, Reg Talk TV, TM. Quick video I wanted to do talking about entertainment, right? And I touched on this in my last Shedeur Sanders video. Like, entertainment, right? We know what entertainment is. Like, but think about these things, and you let me know where I'm wrong, right? For one, especially in the black population, we have been relegated by mostly our own choices to be, to have entertainment be basically the highest success, a form of success that we could ever aspire to. It's crazy. And entertainers are our leaders in many aspects. We talk about entertainers way more than anybody else. Pretty much way more than anything, except when there's a political conversation going on. I mean, entertainers are basically, and just society in general, especially in America, entertainers are our leaders, our gods, et cetera, et cetera. And I think we should be careful. But think about what entertainment is, right? Entertainment is our desire to be distracted from reality, from a general reality, unless the reality is the game or whatever, right? And entertainment is kind of required to some extent to kind of keep us from going crazy. I'm not trying to be a prude. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't, entertain ourselves and play this, that, and the third. But let's just be careful and let's just call it what it is, and understand this. And I'm always big on this, that entertainers are not our leaders, or shouldn't be, at least not mine. And I'm always giving that Malcolm X quote, like a lot of people are, because we got to be careful. Because entertainers end up getting used and abused. But entertainment is us also having basically a kind of a loose contract for the entertainer to emotionally manipulate us, right? We want our emotions to be fiddled with and played with, right? You go watch a scary movie, you know it's fake, but there's a part of you want to be entertained to the point to where you're scared. That's entertainment for us. It's like we want to dabble and live vicariously through other people, through actors, and have certain feelings that match the scenario that we're seeing on screen, or what we're watching, the competition that we're watching, the back and forth. It's all to manipulate our emotions. So we have to be careful. Like, how many people have freaking gotten into a fight or gone to jail, or in some instances lost their lives around this entertainment, especially when it comes to music. That's another topic. But if you think about it, it is emotional manipulation. And we just ask for it. I mean, manipulating in the pure sense of the word, like, handling and moving and changing things, right? Usually we use manipulation to mean a bad thing, right? I manipulated the camera to put it on here, But, you know what I'm saying? We are asking to be changed temporarily, hopefully temporarily, and to be distracted from our current general reality. And this is why, if we're not careful, we get caught up in entertainment, in the lives of entertainers, et cetera, et cetera. And, most of entertainment is kind of a charade and an act and pretend. I just think it's important to keep this in mind. Again, I would love to have entertainment be part of my career. So I'm not being a prude. I just know I wouldn't want anybody to think, I wouldn't be trying to act like I'm better than anybody else. And I've always seen successful entertainers as motivation, and not something to be jealous of or whatever else. Because what I see from most people, I wouldn't want for myself. But anyway, I digress. But it's just something to think about, like what entertainment is and how we get so caught up. And I know being successful, you can be very rich and have generational wealth. Another video coming on that. And all these other things that make us, you know, emotionally involved and connected and whatnot. And that's cool. I hope the same thing for myself. But again, you know, let's just be careful that we don't put people up on pedestals and act like entertainment is the highest form of humanity and the highest thing that we can achieve in our lives, regardless of who. Because I know my mentors, which I'll talk about in other videos, like, if my mentor was to say something, one of my entertainment mentors was to say something that I don't agree with, that's stupid or whatever else, I'm going to say that. I'm still going to love them. I'm still going to love their work. But, you know, nobody's perfect, et cetera, et cetera. So just because I like some of these artists and whatnot a lot in many cases, doesn't mean that I need to agree with everything that they say or do or whatever else. And we just need to be careful of that and understand that these people are no better than us. And that's just what I always try to, you know, come back to. And it's not a jealousy thing. People just get caught up, and next thing you know, a person has a platform because they're very famous or successful, and we're supposed to believe and go along with everything that they say, do, or whatever else. And it's just, I've never been that person, and I don't think we collectively, as a civilization or in the black community or whatever else, you know, we give our money to these people, et cetera, et cetera. They can make all the money in the world and be rich, et cetera, but they are no better than me, you, and anybody else, my neighbor down the street, that person over there walking in the store, whatever else. And that person walking in the store might have more sense and know more important things about life than any entertainer or whatever. So, you know, again, shout out to all successful entertainers. You're very motivating. And I just think as a civilization, we need to remember what entertainment is, what we are asking for, and what it is that we receive, and that we don't worship entertainers and other people or whatnot, right? Humans. We are humans, okay? Anyway, peace, love, and light. Check out later.